Partnership, what is it? Well, it is truly a partnership. It is state agency, engineers, local agencies, industry folks, and academia, all with the theme of pavement preservation. So you'll have an opportunity to network with your peers in other states. You'll have opportunities to talk with contractors about new treatments, new materials, and what's going on state of the art in the world of pavement preservation. So a couple links there. We've got NCPP's website with all sorts of information, pavement and bridge preservation related. And then we've got the specific Rocky Mountain West website. If you're interested, you can go back and look at every year's meeting in the past. We have all the agendas and the PowerPoints posted out there. So there are 4 regional partnerships. Rocky Mountain West is one. Turns out to be the last one this year that we're going to do. We started out in March in Virginia for the Southeast. And then in May, we had the Northeast in New Jersey. And then just last week, we were in Omaha, Nebraska for the Midwest. So next week will be our final one of the year in Boise. So the partnerships are truly self-run. And this is a listing. It's kind of a crowded slide, but this is the leadership for 2025. And we've got Drew Pavey here as our current chair. And I guess I'll turn it over to let him make some remarks now.
Yeah, I really just want to share that this conference is about people and relationships. And that's the greatest benefit I think that I've gotten out of this, is meeting new people like Todd, Tim, Andrew, Jason, really like Jeff, who put on a great demo last year at their facility. Fugro, Mike, really everyone there on the slide. Just great to know all them, talk to them, make those relationships. When I have problems, I can reach out. I encourage you all at the conference, just take advantage of that, meet new people, talk to our industry members, get out there and network. That's the greatest thing I think that you can get out of the conference.
Good. Do we have Tim with Oregon on the call? I don't think I see Tim on here.
Yeah, Todd, I'm here.
Ah, okay.
Hi, Tim Ernest. I'm with the Oregon DOT. Vice chair this year. I'll be rolling over into the chair position after the meeting. Unfortunately, I won't be able to be in person due to travel restrictions. But I've been coming to Rocky Mountain West since 2019, and just kind of to second what Andrew said, the biggest thing you get out of it is that in-person knowledge transfer, meeting new people, and then getting the perspective of not only your local, state, and federal agencies, but also your academia as well as your industry perspective. So for me, that's been a big help in my job, and that's what I've really appreciated about this conference.
Thanks, Tim. See, Andrew, I know you're on here.
Yes, sir. I'm Andrew Gallegos. I'm the state maintenance engineer with the New Mexico Department of Transportation. I've been active in this partnership, I think, approximately 4 years now, and thrust into the leadership role last year. So really looking forward to getting my hands dirty at this one. This will be the first one I really have an active role in leadership and presenting and assisting. So very much looking forward to it, and I hope that everybody that attends gets as much out of it as I did in my first 3. So anyone has any questions, I look forward to meeting you guys at the meeting. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. I see Jason Simmons. Jason, you want to say anything?
Yeah, I'll echo what everybody else is saying here, and I'll just add some advice here for newcomers to these conferences. This might be the first time you've been to a conference in general for your organization and for your work, and so you're going to be a bit nervous to interact with people and talk to them. Everybody else feels the same way. The best piece of advice I can give to break the ice and kind of ease yourself in is when you show up at breakfast or lunch, sit by somebody new and intentionally start a conversation. That's the beginning of making the network connections that you're looking for here.
Sounds good. Thanks, Jason. And Jeff, I see you on here. Jeff Roberts.
Yeah, absolutely. I would second what everyone has said about networking. The opportunities are really amazing. I think one thing that really stands out about this partnership is that I think territory-wise, we represent the largest of all the partnerships. I mean, I think there's 13 states represented, and it's the largest territory. And in my opinion, it's probably the most robust pavement preservation market, in the world, not just the U.S. And I think this particular meeting, it's wonderful to see how all the different states, where they are in their pavement preservation journey. the different techniques that are being used. I mean, even though many of us border each other, we may have far different approaches to how we utilize pavement preservation. And I think it just really serves as a lesson to everyone in, how these techniques can be used. And it's great to kind of see where everybody is on their journey in using them. So, I always get excited to hear from all the different states and the updates of what's going on and how you're doing. So I'm excited.
Is there anybody else on here I'm not seeing that would like to speak up? I know Karen said she was double booked and wasn't going to be able to make it. Michael is not going to be able to make the meeting next week for Food Grow. Damien will be covering for Food Grow. Scott or John, are you on? I'm just not seeing you. All right, then. Let's move on. So Jason mentioned it. How can you get involved? So it's really the partnership works throughout the year. It's not just a one and done conference we have in the fall, although that is kind of the biggest part of it. The Rocky Mountain has done virtual roundtable discussions in the winter. Hope those continue. That's a great opportunity for states to have a virtual meeting, just talk about what issues you're having. What's bothering you in Arizona that Utah's already solved. And as Andrew said, you can consider becoming a director. We have 3-year terms. We serve as directors, so you're more than welcome if you want to be involved to join as a director. There's going to be three of them, I believe, if I looked at that correctly. We've got one state agency, one at large, which could be anybody, and then an industry position is going to come open. So ways to participate. I guess I'm going to say show of hands here, and I don't know if I can see all 40 people on here, but show of hands who did not see my big email that I sent out yesterday, the one that says, please read. Don't see any hands going up. Does that mean everybody saw it? When we did this for the Midwest, a lot of hands went up. So if you, okay. For the folks that did not see my big email, put your email in the chat and I'll forward that to you. I know sometimes as agencies, we have a lot of security in our networks. And if I send out a big blast, sometimes those get filtered out. So yeah, if you can just put your email in there, I'll follow up and send that to you. There's a lot of information in there. And one of the things touches on the agency updates. So one of the most, I'd say valuable parts of the program is every agency gets to provide a 10 or 15 minute update. And that can be a best practice. That can be some new project that you did, some new treatment, state of your program. It's up to you. What do you want to tell us about your preservation program? Karen Strauss with Washington DOT will moderate that. And I'm not going to tell you what order she's going to go in. You can be surprised, but it's going to be fun. So we're going to have 3 different sessions. You don't have to present it every one, just have to make one update, but we'll start Wednesday afternoon and then we'll have 2 different sessions Thursday morning. We found that it kind of works better to have multiple sessions than to try to do everybody at once. So that's for local agencies as well as DOTs. Great opportunity to learn what your neighbors are doing and who you might want to go talk to at the break or at breakfast the next day. So we do have a field trip and a technical tour at our meeting this year. So the meeting is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The technical tour will be Thursday afternoon. So we'll eat lunch there at the Boise Center. We'll get on buses, and our first stop will be the Idaho Transportation Department Annex. It's about an 8-minute ride away. So a lot of stuff going on. John Arambari with ITD is on the call here. He can correct me if I say anything wrong or if he wants to add anything, but we'll get there. One of the highlights will be an actual scrub seal. We'll do a live demo scrub seal for the entire group. Then we'll break into, right now it's looking like 4 different groups, and we'll rotate around. Everybody will see everything, but there'll be a lot of stuff going on, different actual demos. Craftco and Maxwell are going to be putting down product. Skidabrator and Step will have some of their equipment there. They'll walk you through what it does, how it works. And then Idaho is going to have some of their pavement evaluation equipment. And right now it's looking like we're going to have a pavement data collection bicycle there. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. We've got trail networks everywhere, and those are pavements that have to be managed too. So someone's come up with a pavement data collection bicycle. Then we'll get back on the buses and go to a facility called Diamond Products. It's about 15 or 20 minutes away. They actually manufacture concrete pavement diamond grinders, and probably break into two groups there. We'll actually go inside and see the facility, the manufacturing process, and then outside they'll have some equipment on display. And they've got different kinds of textured concrete surfaces that we'll see. And see Nick Davis on here too. So Nick, if there's anything I missed or if you want to add, feel free to jump in. Really no PPE. Don't worry about packing your hard hat. You don't need that, but just, do be mindful. Probably wear closed-toe shoes, and we will be outside for a lot of this. So the weather check as of right now, 75 degrees. John, you did a good job getting this weather. Hope that maintains for the next week. Again, buses are provided. There is parking available too for those local folks who will be driving, and we'll talk about that Thursday morning. We'll give more details on the field trip and addresses and things like that. So the business meeting on Friday morning is where we'll actually elect new directors. We'll elect a new secretary treasurer. Everybody rotates. So Drew will rotate off. Tim will be the incoming chair, and then Andrew will be the new vice chair. But we are looking for a secretary treasurer. So if you think that's something you'd be interested in and be willing to participate for the next 3 years, because it rotates. We're also going to look at our bylaws. So all of our partnerships this year kind of took a look at bylaws, and two main things we're looking at there is there's a financial section that was a little out of date. We're revising that. And then getting to the directors, we were probably not as clear as we should have been on who's eligible to be a director, what it means to be a member. So we're trying to close those gaps and get those a little tighter. So those are posted on the Rocky Mountain West website. Link is shown, which we shared with you. So logistics, and we'll open it up here in a minute for any questions or whatnot, but we'll be at the Boise Center, which is a convention center in downtown Boise. We have two different hotels. So if you're an invitational traveler, which is mainly the state DOT folks who we've handled all your travel arrangements, you'll be at the Hampton Inn. It's about a block away. And then everyone else who booked through our website room block is at the Home 2. Again, I think it's a block and a half away. If you are flying into Boise, I believe there's a bus, John, that can take you from the airport to downtown, or you can always Uber. More logistics. Please consider downloading the meeting app. That has a lot of information. It has the schedule. It has speaker bios in it. And then there's also the meeting website, which has PDH form and the agenda. So that's two good resources to have. Engineers, we all want our PDHs. Also a conference evaluation, which we'll talk about next week. Obviously, we want your feedback at the end of the conference. What went well, what didn't, what did you like? What do you want to see more of? And what do you not really need to see? Those all help tailor next year's agenda. So anybody got any questions about the meeting next week? Start picking on people here. So I'm just curious for the newcomers on here, what's your how did you hear about us and why are you coming? Nobody wants to be first. Go ahead. Marty, yeah.
Hello, my name's Sharon Calder. I'm with Coast Pavement Services, but I heard about the conference because we are the Pacific Northwest distributor for Biospan Technologies. And so they invited us to come and kind of represent them at this conference. But the more that I've learned about this conference, I'm utterly thrilled to become more acquainted with this organization. We're a full service paving company, but the thing I'm most passionate about with our business is really our pavement preservation program, and especially kind of green, bio-based, sustainable forms of pavement preservation. And I really am thrilled. I didn't know very much about this organization prior, and I'm excited to get involved because I think it's right up our alley. So thank you for this.
Good. Marty, I think your hand went up earlier. You want to jump in?
Sure. Thanks, Todd. I actually work for the National Park Service in Yellowstone, and we do our own in-house pavement preservation. And I found out about this through the LEAP program from EMA.
Yep.
I was part of the program this year, and that's how I found this. And then, and I'm like Sharon, where it's like the more I've learned about it, the more I've kind of got interested in it. And I guess my other question is would you like me to do a quick presentation when I get there? I hadn't planned on it, but I can put something together of what we've done this year, preservation wise, and where we're headed next year.
I'd say, yeah, that would be interesting.
Okay.
So I don't know that we've had National Park Service involved before, so that's great. Glad you guys
Would
are
that be
able to
one
come.
of the agency updates?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, I'll come prepared and I'll get you the slides for that, Todd.
Sounds good. Anybody else?
Sam Lehman with the city of Nampa. We got an invite from ITD. This will be our first attending.
Very good. Yeah, Nampa's where we'll be for the diamond products. Like you probably knew that already. Let's see. John Arambari, do you want to say anything more about the field trip? You put a lot of work into that.
Yeah, it should go pretty well. If possible, if you can make sure you ride the buses, I think that's going to make life better for access at the site. We're going to be sharing some of the facility with Idaho State Police, doing some motorcycle training, so parking could be at a premium.
Very good. All right. Like I said, I'll post this PowerPoint and the recording on the meeting website. And if anyone's got questions, I will stay on. Otherwise, Drew, you got any closing remarks? Your camera came on.
Oh, I've just left it on.
Oh,
Just
okay.
great to have everybody join. Thanks for joining our newcomers welcome. I think this might be something we try to do every year. And yeah, I wish I could say I'd be seeing you all there at the conference, but just like Tim, Alaska had some travel restrictions in place this year where our governor issued an executive order and yeah, kind of locked that down, but hope to see you all there next year.
Very good. Well, thanks everybody. Like I said, I'll stay on if anyone's got any questions.
Yep. I can stay on too for a little